Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. My name is Nilam Sari and today I would like to talk about my research proposal which is titled Strategy Training to Reduce Speaking Anxiety of Senior High School Students in Online English Learning. I've divided my talk into 6 parts, which are the rationale, research question, the objective, the significance, key of literature review, and research methods. My presentation will take around 7 minutes, and without any further ado, let's get started with the first point, which is rationale. From Horowitz and book, foreign language anxiety is a specific anxiety that students felt when they learn or use foreign language. Usually, anxiety is common in foreign language classroom in beginning classes. From their research, anxiety is a normal feeling that happens to the student in the beginning of foreign language classes, usually the silence and not saying anything during classes. And then from January 2019, there are factors related with your student speaking anxiety, such as self-awareness in front of public, feel worried, feel distressed when others are judging, plus mistake, and lack of preparation. Some students may have symptoms of anxiety. From Horowitz et al. 2012, many physiological symptoms are generally related with anxiety or tenseness, trembling, perspiring, palpitation, and sleep disturbances. So, to reduce the speaking anxiety, Kondo 2009 gives some solution, includes relaxation, preparation, positive thinking, audience depreciation, concentration, and resignation. This solution can be trained to students who have speaking anxiety. The research gap of this study is no research has investigated the effect of strategy training to reduce symptoms of speaking anxiety in online learning. Therefore, the study investigates reduction of the symptoms of speaking anxiety by giving strategy training to students who have speaking anxiety in online English learning. There are 3 research questions of this study. The first is, what symptoms of speaking anxiety do students report before following strategy training for reducing speaking anxiety? The second, what symptoms of speaking anxiety do students report after following strategy training for reducing speaking anxiety? And the third is, how does the strategy training help trainees reduce symptoms of speaking anxiety? Also, there are 3 objectives of the study. Number 1, to find out the symptoms of speaking anxiety the student report before following strategy training for reducing speaking anxiety. Number 2, to find out the symptoms of speaking anxiety the student report after following strategy training for reducing speaking anxiety. And the last is to explain the reduction of the symptoms of speaking anxiety when the student follow the strategy training. From this study, teacher may implement strategy training in the future to reduce student speaking anxiety. Some related literature review of this research are the first, speaking anxiety, anxiety in speaking, speaking skill, anxiety in speaking, anxiety in online learning, symptoms of speaking anxiety, factors of anxiety, level of anxiety, and strategy training. The researcher used pre-experimental design, which is one group pre-post test, to conduct this research. Pre-experimental design are research patterns in which a subject is observed after a treatment has been applied, in order to test whether the treatment has the potential to cause change. The one group pre-post test usually contains 3 steps. The first is pre-test, the second is treatment, and the third is post-test. The subject of the study is 10 students of Semen 1 Soko in grade 11 are involved in this study. There is one class that will be investigated. And then the setting of the study is in Semansa Pusoko, precisely in grade 11. The researcher will conduct the strategy training through video conference. The data for answering the research question is from questionnaire as pre, post-test, treatment, and interview that given to the students. The researcher used questionnaire and interview as research instrument. I will explain more about the questionnaire and interview. Okay, so this is the questionnaire. There are 10 questions that should fill out by the students. Okay, so those are the questions. And then for the interview, there are 4 questions of interview. The first is, apakah sebelumnya Anda pernah mendapatkan pelatihan ini? Number 2, apakah pelatihan ini membantu Anda mengurangi gejala kecemasan berbicara? Number 3, dari pelatihan ini, bagian apa yang paling membantu Anda untuk mengurangi gejala kecemasan berbicara? And number 4 is, setelah mengikuti pelatihan ini, apakah Anda merasa lebih baik dari sebelumnya? Okay, and then the participants of interview is from all the subjects of this study. The interview is used to gather deeper information from the students. And then the data collection techniques is from pre-test, treatment session, post-test, and interview. I will explain the treatment session and the procedure. Okay, I used the treatment from Kondo 2009. There are 6 steps. The first is relaxation, preparation, positive thinking, audience depreciation, concentration, and resignation. So I use those steps to give the treatment to the students. And then the procedure of the treatment is the participant will be collected in online video conference called workshop. The questionnaire will be given to the participant before treatment session as a pre-test activity. And then the workshop will be conducted around 60 minutes. During the treatment session, the participant should follow the instruction delivered by trainer. After that, the participants try to practice speak English in front of other participants to prove whether this training can reduce anxiety symptoms or not. For the post-test, the researcher will give the same questionnaire to be filled by participants. Through the questionnaire, it can be seen changes in participants' anxiety before and after receiving the training. Okay. And then from data analysis, the researcher used quantitative research, which is pair t-test. A pair t-test is used to differentiate between 2 variables for the same subjects. The pair t-test that I use is dependent sample t-test. Dependent sample t-tests are often named paired sample t-test is a type of statistical test that aims to compare the averages of 2 pairs of groups. So the result of this research will find out whether the treatment could reduce these symptoms of speaking anxiety or not. Okay, I think that's all from my presentation. I hope this can be useful for you. Okay, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.